Christian, what did you think of Dead Space 3?
Tucker, I'm so glad you asked. I love Dead Space 3. It has everything I love about Dead Space, including shooting floating space mines, a bunch of bad mini games like matching blocks of junk together, crouching behind cover and shooting at other dudes with guns, slowly rappelling up and down cliffs, a conniving villain who randomly shows up at just the wrong times, and last but not least, love triangle.
Christian, what is Dead Space 3?
Third person,
Okay.
shooter,
Yeah.
action,
Yeah.
thriller?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Uncharted Dead Space or something.
Yes. Cold, hanging from things
yeah.
in the snow.
Right. And like the bad guy is straight out of an Uncharted game. Like,
Oh, he totally is.
And like the romance is straight out of an Uncharted game.
Oh, weird.
Like Uncharted 3, maybe. The bad one. And it totally just displaces all of the atmosphere and tension and polish and fun that was in, say, Dead Space 2, a very good video game.
Yeah.
Christian, when did you hit a wall? Was it immediately or no?
I guess not immediately. There's a little introductory sequence you play through. You know, wet your palate a little bit. And then you play as Isaac and you're shooting dudes and the game tells you to crouch behind a piece of cover. And then
That's
when
your wall.
I'm like, huh.
That was your waist-high wall right there
Yeah.
that you hit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's areas in this game that are straight up Uncharted, like 4 boxes scattered around, and you know bad guys are going to show up. And then
Yep.
they do,
Yeah.
which is scary.
It seems pretty clear that this is the first game where they had to implement AI that's supposed to be human people.
Yeah, okay,
They're
sure.
like dumb as a box of rocks. They'll just like stand there, and then sometimes they'll shoot, or sometimes they'll just stare at you.
Yeah, as opposed to like meat sacks that just run at you
Yes,
and make
exactly.
weird noises. Okay, sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Because
Yeah.
that's basically all the other Dead Space enemies.
Yeah, it makes you realize how much of this game is just running backwards and shooting when
Yeah.
it's not fun to do so, you know.
Lots of running backwards.
Yeah.
The game requires you to maneuver quite a bit, especially in some of those boss fights.
Yeah.
Where I was just so frustrated. I was like, I know I have to move backwards or to the side here,
Right.
but I do not have the capabilities of moving that far that fast.
Right.
Until I remember that there's a dodge roll that they added, and then it got slightly easier.
Okay. I guess I never really used that dodge roll as intended because what I missed, I guess, was like a quick turnaround,
Ah,
like a 180,
yes. Yep.
which isn't outside the realm of possibility for a video game in whenever this game came out. And it's kind of like the Batman thing where you're always crouching, where like if you raise your gun, all of a sudden Isaac can like Olympic sprint his way around these levels, and that doesn't feel great. And you kind of have to because these levels are so much bigger than Dead Space 1 or 2, while still being a hallway, which sucks.
Yes.
Like you get to the ice planet, and it's like the worst looking video game I've ever played because there's like, you know, the fog, you know, right in front of you, masking brown, like, like, you know, like when the plow comes through, you know, like in the middle, like the late March when all the parking lots are just giant dirt piles that are melting slowly.
In Wisconsin, yes.
Yes, that's what every level when you get to the ice planet looks like. It sucks.
Isn't it spooky?
Yeah, it's not spooky at all, really. Was there a point that gotcha at all?
No,
Nothing?
I don't think so.
No tension?
I mean, some stuff towards the end is like weird in a cool way, but not really.
No,
scary.
I disagree, dude.
Ooh, Alien Place?
I hate Alien Place. It's editor, stitch in the part from the Jedi Fallen Order where I said, really? We're just doing these exact same ancient aliens again? It is the freaking same thing. Ancient aliens built these temples, explore the temples.
Yes.
It's the exact same. It's the same design, and it looks and it plays like Star Fox Adventures. It just becomes Star Fox Adventures at the end of this game.
It's got spiral doors.
Yeah, a lot of like Metroid Prime, like waiting for door to open nonsense going on in this game. Which frustrated me because then you get to the spiral doors and you can see past them. So why am I waiting?
Totally. Were you able to recognize or see or notice some of the ship stuff where like the first leg of this game is you're in space, right?
Right.
And you're like flying between spaceships and this smaller spaceship.
Right.
And you get into the spaceship to go between spaceships.
Yep,
And when
I know
you're
what
doing
gonna
that,
say,
it's just playing a video
Yep.
in the window.
It's
Yeah?
it's like 720 MP4
Yes!
straight up in your face in this game. Why? Man, we're so far past the necromorphs being cool, you know, where it was like the first game was kind of creepy how the corpses would like mutate or whatever was happening. And in this one, it's just the same three stupid looking, like, because it's like midday this whole game. Like, there's no, like,
It is.
you're just staring them in the face the entire game, and it doesn't hold up to that scrutiny, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the first enemies you encounter are like zombies holding 2 axes.
Right.
I'm scared.
Well, I mean, it's like ludonarrative because Isaac is so grizzled at this point, you know? So just like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't faze him anymore.
Yes.
Zombies. And like I think it's the first one where they introduce those like dog things that shoot the thing. And it's like, there's like this, in the first one, wasn't it babies or something?
I think you might be right. Yes.
That's crazy. It felt like you were on a ship with a certain number of people on it,
Totally.
and then they all got turned into weird zombies. Whereas this game, you're in the middle of nowhere, and there's like a football stadium's worth of like zombies springing out of the snow all the time. Like, where did all these people come from? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And they're always like a level below you, so they're always like crawling up through rafters, but you never go down there, and you never like. It's silly.
Yeah, it just didn't even feel worth it for me to even kill them anymore.
Yeah.
Like after I got 25% of the way through, I just followed the glowy thing to my destination. And if I couldn't go through the destination yet, then I'd freeze the guys and then go through the destination. That's the sign of a good video game.
Absolutely. A sign of a good video game is standing in elevators for half the game.
Yay!
Because everything's so like vertically built, so you're always just in an elevator waiting, and then somebody's talking to you because that's how they can give you plot is during your elevator.
Yeesh.
Scary.
Ah,
What do you think of the plot, Christian?
I don't know what to make of the plot, really, to be honest with you. I don't.
Yeah. I don't know what happened in the game.
Yeah. I don't know like what Isaac's motivation is in any of this. Like he wants to meet his ex, and then his ex from Dead Space 2, and then he finds his ex, and then after that it's like, oh, I'm trying to do this. He's like, all right, I guess I'll do that for you. And then it's just that for the rest of the game, I guess.
Blake or whatever is there, and he's like, "What's up?
Yeah.
I'm macking on your girl. What of it?" It's like, this is inappropriate. The part that broke me was you end up killing that dude
Yeah.
because of some very silly things that are happening.
Yes.
He like sold you out or whatever. And then other guy is like, dude, Isaac, you gotta tell her, bro. And then you get back and the first thing he says is, I shot him.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you're gonna sell this idea to your ex, is like, I shot him.
Yep.
Not gonna explain myself, just gonna let that slide, because this is like White Christmas plotline where people just don't talk to each other.
What a mess. What a mess. The fake out deaths are so bad because it's just like Isaac's girl dies and because the door closes and she's like, no, you have to go on.
Right.
And like they don't play that moment in a way that makes me think she's actually dead at all.
No, absolutely, right. It's like, oh,
Good
this
try,
part
though.
of the game.
Yeah. Like he was more Isaac was more impacted by No Name Lady who died
Right.
than he was his girl dying.
I thought that scene was way more effective too, where it's like she's in the cage and it's like attacking
Yes.
the cage.
Yeah.
That was better done than her in fire texture room, like weird fire texture AVI room happening, and then she dies. Or does she? This is getting Christian at my main problem with this game.
Okay. Yeah.
First of all, you have to give me a reason to care, right?
Mm-hmm.
About anything that's happening. And I think the problem is not only that this is the third game in a series where it felt like 2 kind of wrapped everything up
Yeah.
for you in a way. There's like no internal consistency in this world. This world does not function as something to hang lore onto. You know, it's so. Let me list some examples. In that first level, not the prologue, but like the first Isaac level, there's this dude by this highway, and this highway has all these like self-driving cars on it, right? They're all
Yes.
going extremely fast.
Yes.
And he like falls into this highway and dies. Why
Yeah.
is there like a pedestrian walkway leading to this highway full of cars that would never stop? Because that's the whole point.
Very
Question.
good question.
Why, when they're in the spaceship and they hit the minefield, why do the mines light up and beep at you? Why would you make your mines like, what are these strange glowing objects? Oh, they're mines. Why would you make them obviously mines?
Another very good question.
Why in a world where everyone has telekinetic powers is everything still laid out like you're in a warehouse or something? And in a game where you give your main character telekinetic powers and you can pick things up, why do you fill the environment with objects you can't pick up?
Oh, yep. I definitely had that problem.
It's like walking through a diorama or something. It's just like box model, and you can't pick it up because it's part of the environment, but you can pick up the box next to it because it looks like the Tom and Jerry, you know, door
Yes.
that's like colored differently because
Yes.
you know
It doesn't have the special lighting on it because you can move it around.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's just stuff they had in the other games, so I guess
Yeah.
we got to put it in this one, huh?
Yeah, and then like, let's go further and you can craft your own weapons.
Oh no!
What a boondoggle that whole system is. What the hell?
No.
Did
I didn't want any of it. No.
You didn't
No,
pick like
this
a,
isn't in the other Dead Space games. You can't like pick your stock, pick your fire thing,
My
pick
frame.
your barrel, pick up to 2 attachments, but
Right.
every one of them requires some resources if you don't already have one.
fat button that leads you to DLC store so you can buy more resources for your Dead Space guns. What?
I hate
That's
it so much. That
crazy.
resource stuff just screams microtransaction bait, and I don't care if it isn't, because the fact that this had microtransactions in it
Yeah.
at one point in time, even if they take them out, they have poisoned the well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They have ruined it. I don't want to send my little bot out to find resources,
Right.
knowing that I could at one point in time pay $5 to make the little bot give me even more resources.
That's awesome.
It didn't feel as good to me as other Dead Space games for some reason. I don't know if that's just placebo or what, but it didn't
Yeah.
feel as good to dismember the necromorphs and whatnot. The limbs didn't seem to fly in as satisfying a way as I wanted them to fly.
Well, I ran into a problem where as soon as you kill a bad guy, the ragdoll kicks in, and then
Yeah.
as soon as you have one ragdoll body in your combat scenario, it just looks so stupid. Like,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not a scary game, but I don't know how it could be, given that you kill a guy and he goes and he's like
Yeah.
floating through the air, all weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, and it gets all messy because there's like 12 bodies, and then you just stomp them to death.
I like the thing in this one that I liked about 2 and 1, which is how like smart necromorphs are. But I mean, they're still writing off the same thing. This whole franchise is that the necromorphs are just like ingenious,
Right.
because the weak spot is not the head, it's the arms, and it doesn't really make sense. But whatever.
Right.
They die when you dismember their arms, and then you can use the sharp thingies on the end of their arms
Right.
with your telekinesis powers and propel them into other enemies, and that's a good right there.
Yeah.
I like just freaking taking this needle and then shoving it through a bad guy's skull, Good stuff.
It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. This game's hot. Christian, where do you want to put this hot game, dude?
Bottom half.
Yeah.
Where in the Sonic games does Dead Space
Ouch.
3 belong?
Okay, so you're saying Beyond Two Souls is better than Dead Space 3?
I'd say yes.
I would say yes as well. Are you saying the Polar Express, the video game, is better than Dead Space 3?
I'd probably feel bad for saying so, but probably.
I
It's
could
getting
see,
tough, huh?
Yeah, I could see this between the Polar Express and Star Fox Adventures.
Okay.
I could see it below Star Fox Adventures.
Okay. I suppose we're getting to the territory where these things are barely video games, so
Right.
yeah.
Like Vanquish is better than this game.
Yeah.
So
I
Here's my
like Polar
ceiling.
Express Star Fox Adventures.
nobody brings me gifts anymore.
Where's all the Christmas vibes in Dead Space 3? It's all snow, but no Christmas.
I know, dude. Maybe he's Jewish. We don't know.
Oh, Jehovah's Witness. Christmas is a no-no.
That's right. Were you saying that? I heard that somewhere just recently.
Did ya?
Yeah.
I don't think it was me.
Weird. Okay.
I was just made aware of this today.
News is spreading about the
It
Jehovah's Witness
is.
thing. I like between Polar Express and Star Fox Adventures. What do you think?
Beautiful.